What's something really important that you should have been taught in school but you weren't? I'll go first. So basically, I got a parking ticket that I didn't think I deserved, so I threw it away because parking tickets don't really exist, I think. But then I got another parking ticket in the mail for double the amount of money, but I threw that one away too because I don't think people ever should have to pay parking tickets because I swear they don't exist. And then I got a court summons in the mail and I threw that away too because I don't know what that means. And then I got arrested. What's something really important that you should have been taught in school but you weren't?
The hymen is not a shield of skin that is to be punctured on your first time having sex. It's more like a ring that is meant to stretch over time, through activities like sex, penetrative, but also, I don't know, horse riding and gymnastics and other physical activities I didn't do as a kid. It's not supposed to break. It's not supposed to bleed. It breaks and bleeds if you're not relaxed or aroused, and sex still happens. And guess what? Tenses you up and does not make you relaxed, expecting it to hurt and bleed. Why were failed sports players in charge of health education in school?
What's something really important that you should have been taught in school but you weren't?
I literally just learned this, but if you pay part of your credit card bill like midterm and then you pay off the rest of it like the week before it's actually due, it'll raise your credit score a lot faster.
What's something really important that you should have been taught in school but you weren't?
You're not bloated because you have a dairy sensitivity, a gluten sensitivity, a grain sensitivity, an egg sensitivity, a nut sensitivity, a meat sensitivity. You're bloated because you're under eating and avoiding all these foods that you're not sensitive to. So the second you put them in your body after not eating them for so long, of course you're going to have a reaction.
What's something really important that you should have been taught in school but you weren't?
Zach here. I wish they taught me that you don't have to be over 50 to join AARP. Say what? I know. I would have saved so much money. Let me show you. There's my membership card. I've been a member for 7 years. Joined when I was 34 years old. Dedicated to those over 50, but no minimum age, $12 a year. Here's where I've saved the most. If you fly British Airways, you get $65 off economy and premium economy and $200 off business class. Saved loads doing this. Any other savings, Zach? Baby, I got you. Multiple restaurants. You get between 10 and 25% off your check. You'll save on car rentals. You got up to 30% off Avis. All of these hotels. Hilton at Disney, AARP. The normal rates, AARP. It's $100 right there. Like 8 years of membership fees. Wow, I see you got an AARP discount here. I moisturize.
What's something really important that you should have been taught in school but you weren't?
Oh, this is something I can rant about all day, every day. We are not taught basic nutrition in schools, which is why everybody's so confused right now. The fact that people don't know what a carb or a protein source even is will forever baffle me. It's like not knowing how to do basic addition on your fingers. So here's your little crash course. 1 gram of protein and carbs both have 4 calories each, and fat has 9. And all 3 of those are considered macronutrients, which are the body's main sources of energy. Alcohol is also technically considered a macronutrient with 7 calories per gram. Just useless calories. The way you gain and lose fat is by a process called CECO, calories in, calories out, which simply means that the calories that you're expending have to be higher than the calories you're taking in order to lose weight, and vice versa. If the calories you're taking in are equal to the calories you're burning, then you'll maintain your current weight, which is your maintenance. All this is referred to as energy balance, and the shift to the lower side, which is called a deficit, or the higher side, which is called a surplus, is how you gain and lose weight. This was an oversimplified lesson, but it's not much harder than this.
What's something really important that you should have been taught in school?
The definition of rape. And if you think we're taught this in American schools, take a look at this video.
Saying that just because a woman says no and because you have sex, those are the 2 facts. A woman said no and you had sex, then are you a rapist automatically because of that?
Cool. So hopefully you know that the answer to this question is yes, that does qualify you as a rapist. But this guy clearly doesn't know that, and neither do a lot of men. Let's talk about this. This horrifying study found that 31% of college men surveyed said they would coerce a woman into sexual intercourse if there were no consequences. But of those same men, only 13% said that they would rape a woman. It doesn't take a mathematician to realize that those numbers don't add up. This leaves us with 17% of participants who said they would coerce a woman into sex but didn't call that rape in their own head. A lot of men said, yeah, I have used force to obtain intercourse before, but I've never raped someone. So we're left with guys like this, prowling the streets, raping people, completely positive of their own innocence.
What's something really important that you should have been taught in school but you weren't?
Consumer protection rights, specifically when it comes to credit cards. For example, there's an item that was deleted off of your credit report and then it gets reinserted and you weren't notified with writing within 5 business days, yeah, you're entitled to a $1,000 fine. If you dispute an item to get it off of your credit report and you don't hear back within 30 days, guess what? That's a $1,000 fine as well. If a collection agency doesn't properly validate your debt, and I'm talking about properly, none of this sending you receipts of things that have been purchased, a proper debt validation, and they continue to report it on your credit report, that's a $1,000 fine. If they call any third party, such as friends, neighbors, relatives, about your debt, that's a violation. That's a $1,000 fine. If they threaten you that they're gonna call the cops on you, they're gonna send the cops to your house and they're gonna seize your property, that's a violation. That's a $1,000 fine.
What's something really important that you should have been taught in school but you weren't?
Reading shouldn't be forced. High school forces us to read books like this, and it honestly just made me lose interest in reading. Now that I can choose what I read, I've fallen back in love with it. Follow for more on reading.